I'm Al Jorgensen of Ministry, and I approve this message.
Hey man,
what's up?
Dude, good to see you, man. How's everything?
How you doing?
Yeah, everything's good. Yeah.
Awesome.
Everything's awesome. Yeah.
But these are two mics that I brought.
Okay.
Ceramic capsule.
Nice.
I would try this. I would probably leave this for the guitar. Paul should come here.
Okay. Monty is coming.
Monty should have been here at 9, but it's Monty.
Yeah. What are the odds?
Yeah. Hello everyone, David here, Mixbus TV. Today I am at Stag Street Studio with Cesar Soto, Ministry. How you doing, man?
Everything's great, man. How are you, man?
I'm good, I'm good.
Thanks for having us.
No, thank you for coming here today. We are here to do the Ministry pack for Two Notes Audio.
Awesome.
That's a pretty cool joint venture between you and, me and Two Notes Audio.
Yeah, and thank you for putting this together. I discovered Two Notes probably about, I've heard about them for a long time. I started using their stuff about 3 years ago, and since then it's, like I was mentioning before, if you would have told me, 6 months ago that we're going to be sitting here in a studio in Los Angeles doing a ministry pack, I would have said you were like full of it and stuff. So this is very exciting.
Oh, it is very exciting. It's absolutely very exciting. The way they capture cabinets is like unique. Their system. We're gonna see what we can show you guys about the very secretive system and methods that Two Notes Audio uses to capture cabinets. And me and Justin from Two Notes, we selected a bunch of microphones. I brought some of my mics today because this pack needs to be over the top.
It needs to be awesome.
It needs to be awesome.
Definitely a game changer in the industry. And, and you're seeing more and more bands and more producers using Two Notes, and that's for a reason. I think their captures are pretty spot on. And any engineer, any front of house guy will tell you that it's pretty revolutionary and it's next level. So super excited to have a ministry pack out pretty soon. So.
Oh, absolutely! You were telling me something about your album, your music that you tracked with Two Notes.
Yeah, my band, Man the Mute. I ended up tracking everything with Torpedo Captor X. The space that I'm recording in is very small. Unfortunately, I can't mic up a guitar cabinet, so I started doing more and more research, and I ended up, purchasing a Torpedo Captor X to use my tube heads. Mm-hmm. I don't have any plans on going back whatsoever. And like I said, it's been a game changer for me. Definitely a game changer in the industry. So I'm very excited to be part of this, like I mentioned. So
this is awesome. This is awesome. I myself can't wait to hear the final product because we are it's a bunch of talented people today in the studio.
Oh, big time,
making this thing.
Yeah.
And so it's time for you to show me what did you bring here.
Okay, cool, man.
So let's go in the live room and see what cabinets.
All right.
I don't want you for the night, I want you for my whole damn life.
All right, here we are in the live room, and This is our first cabinet that Caesar brought here. There's a familiar symbol on it.
Familiar logo. This has been in the ministry family for a very, very, very long time. I was able to actually obtain this cabinet from Al, and it's a killer cab. It's a greenback cab, and this cab has been around since the Psalm 69 era of ministry. So it's a very special cabinet. It's seen the world. I'm sure it's seen very, very many studios in the past, but this is a greenback cabinet. You can't tell because the grill has been painted and the logo is on there, but this cab sounds killer. It's just such a great cab, and I'm sure if this cab can talk, it would have many, many, many stories. So a bit of ministry history in this cabinet here. So
this is definitely an iconic,
a very iconic
piece,
cab,
yeah.
and I'm very, very proud to take ownership of this cabinet.
Greenbacks, 4x12 straight, and this is going to be one of the two cabinets that you brought.
One of the two cabinets, yes.
All right, and let's see the second one.
Yeah. The second one here, this is a Wizard 412. So I started using Wizard about 3 years ago. And Wizard's built by a gentleman named Rick St. Pierre out of Canada. And this is a 412 cabinet. It's a X pattern V30s and Celestian greenbacks in the cab. So what I love about the Wizard cabinets is the resonant, just the resonant body that they have. So it responds good. A lot of times when you're cranking a lot of other cabinets, they start getting woofy and a little loose on the low end. But this cab, I believe it's a birch cabinet, and it just it withstands low end, and it's a very tight cabinet.
Yeah.
So with the creambacks and the V30s, you get a good combination of high mids, and you get that nice, warm, resonant low end, tight resonant low end that you would find with like a creamback speaker. So great, it's a great combination of speaker. I definitely recommend it. I have a couple that are in this pattern. So yeah.
It's funny because I've always used X pattern in my cabinets in my days when I was playing, just just changing changing speakers, and always preferred the not knowing anything about building cabinets or anything. I just prefer the X pattern myself almost all the time.
Yeah, you get more of a. I mean, you get more of a selection when you're miking.
Yes, exactly. That's
a better blend.
I was already studio oriented when I was playing, so that was my thought process as well. And are you down tuned with Ministry?
No, Ministry is standard E and drop D.
Okay.
Yeah, it's standard E, drop D.
Because I was, when you said like this is a tight low end cabinet, that was one of my struggles because we were using back then really like big gauge and down tune, really down tune.
With my band with Man the Mute, that's in C and a drop A sharp.
Yeah, like me.
Or B flat or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And these. With the Wizard heads like the MTL or Modern Classic 2 or W800, which I have, it just withstands the low end. So that's another thing I love about Wizards.
Hands on my neck, hands get my throat, throat. Lift me up, my hands take control. Heart is so gone, my type. Don't you know I fall for the bad type?
Monty Pittman finally arrived.
All right. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you for the first time.
For the first time. First time today.
Absolutely. These are the two cabinets that you brought today.
Yep.
Tell me about them.
All right. This one is an orange 412. It's got Celestian vintage 30s that are at 55 hertz.
Okay.
And this it's sprayed. It's painted. It's not. There's no Tolex on it. And let's see. When I first started playing orange around 2004, and they were wanting to maybe do something different that wasn't orange.
Right.
And I was getting ready to go on tour with Madonna, and we needed everything to be all white. So they made me white oranges, And then the next tour, everything needed to be all black. So they made black oranges. But then it was supposed to have more sort of glitter in the paint. So you can kind of see it, but it's faded now because this thing has been all over the world several times. And I like the difference in the sound without the Tolex because it's like the Tolex sort of like muffles the sound a little bit, which is good because it makes it projective. And so you get a little bit more resonance out of this.
Yeah, and it's cool to have, like today we have a lot of amps, it's good to have like a different options that it's not like the usual cabinet. Right. It's perfect.
Yeah.
That's definitely
so it is a little different than what you would normally find.
Yeah, awesome. That's great that we have, again, great option to have. And then we have the Beast there.
This is the greatest guitar cabinet ever made right here.
Yeah.
Emperor is a fairly new company, and every time I mention it, people will ask, like, what is that? Like, I haven't heard of them yet. So it's an Emperor 412 with Ted Weber silver bells.
Yeah.
Okay. This thing, it's an instrument in itself. And again, it's not even painted. This is just wood.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah. I cannot test.
Play them as percussion.
Yeah, absolutely. I cannot test one thing. I recorded your 1x12 Emperor, and it was, one of the best cabinet I've ever recorded in my life. Whatever mic we put on it sounded amazing. Yeah. So I'm very curious.
This is just the 412 version. So this is what I use for ministry.
Yeah.
It's perfect, and it's I use a Kemper amp. Yeah. And that going into a guitar cabinet, it's just you would think like there would be some sort of discrepancy in there with the sound, but it's perfect.
No, I can imagine that. It gives me like at that point it gives the Kemper the organic feel.
Exactly. Kind of like the best of both worlds.
Absolutely.
Well, now we're putting them into a 2-notes audio box.
Yeah.
So everyone could have this.
Which is it's technology, right? You can't stop it, so we're part of it.
Right. That's right.
But I think I want to say this thing. All of us, we decided to do this with 2-notes audio for a reason.
Right.
Right. Because it actually started this way. You called me and you were asking me about 2-notes because Caesar.
Yeah, because Caesar has been using it in the studio on the new Ministry album.
Yeah. And you were very impressed with it. And I myself use 2-notes audio products, so I was just, they are definitely the best guys to do something like this. Let's get going.
Let's get going.
This is so awkward.
You play the role of an angel pretty well, but I can say you came straight out of hell. Your knuckles are so bloody and you came to kill. Chin me down, lick me up, pin me down. Tongue on mine, grip me tight. I don't want you for the night, I want you for my whole damn life. Hands on my neck, hands grip my soul, lift me up.
Hold on more. Thank you.
Yo.
Of course, bass player for Ministry. Today we are also doing bass.
You gotta have the bass.
Gotta have the bass. And what we have here, what did you bring?
That is the OG Ministry Ampeg 810 refrigerator beast. It's been through many battles and many more battles to come.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But speaking of which, you guys are doing absolutely amazing right now. Tours and shows are, oof.
Yeah, it's been a blast. So we're looking forward to doing more stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. We have an American classic here.
This is it. This is the standard. Everybody needs one of these, and it's just every great band, great rock band has had this in their arsenal at some point or another, and it rules over all.
It's the sound of rock and roll.
Indeed.
In all the subgenre and the different variation of it is still the sound of rock and roll.
All of our sore backs will attest to the amazing monstrosity that it is. Yeah. So, it would be amazing to have this fit inside of the 2-notes, multiple different boxes, and I think my back will be much happier for doing so. I've been enjoying the Captor X for guitar and bass, and it's been fun to try out all the different applications for it. Even just plugging in a distortion pedal right into it, or trying all kinds of combinations, and it still brings those things to life. It's been fun to mess around with.
Oh, absolutely. And now we're gonna have a ministry pack with your dad.
Yes.
I'm here with Justin from Two Notes Audio. How are you doing,
Great to
man?
be here. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm doing great.
So how many cabinets do we have today?
We're doing 5 cabinets. We're doing 1 bass cabinet of Paul's. And then with Monty Pittman, we're doing, I think, 2 cabinets with Monty.
Mhm.
And I think we're doing 2 cabinets with Caesar.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. A great collection, by
Yeah.
the way. All very iconic cabinets. They've been in the ministry history, and a lot of iconic songs have been recorded with those amps. And so tell me what you can tell me about the very unique, I think, way in which Two Notes Audio captures the cabinet.
yeah, it's a great question. First of all, when we use cabinets that have a great legacy and a great history to them, and they've been on hits, those are the sounds that people are more familiar with than they may think, right? What we want to make sure we do is, like, we're in a great studio like this with a great API console and great rooms and great microphones.
Yeah.
So making sure that we're in the right environment to accurately capture these things is paramount.
That's key, of course. I want to say something about the familiarity thing that you said. That's such an important part. Whenever we use a piece of gear, or a cabinet, or a guitar, or anything in studio, somehow it's because we are familiar with how with the way it sounds, and that reflects in the end result, in the product, in the final product. And I think also people like this thing instead of the other because of that. There's familiarity is very is a comfort place for human beings. But yeah, so on the technical side, what can you tell me about?
So what we do is we use 8 different microphones per cabinet, and we try to not only, you and I talked about some special microphones that we like to use that, signature to your sound as well. But I try to pick microphones, a blend of dynamic condenser ribbon mics that are great for capturing guitar, but they also need to be somewhat specific to the type of music that we anticipate them being used for.
Of course,
right?
yeah.
The idea is that we're doing the heavy lifting for you. So what we play in here and what we capture in here is exactly what somebody at home or on stage is going to have as well. And the idea is that it makes it simple. Like, I just pull this up, I move a microphone here, there. I don't have to touch anything else.
Yeah.
It's easy for the player, and it's phenomenal for the sound people.
Yeah.
And those are usually our biggest fans, are the front of house engineers.
Yeah.
Every night they get the same great consistent fat sound that they're used to. They don't have any phase problems or any kind of comb filtering issues that you have with moving mics. Something else too for live players is, when you're taking some of these microphones, they could be, $10,000 plus, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's things that are not very practical, but they do have a very important sonic signature. So the fact that you can blend different microphones that you probably can't afford, and I'm telling you, the sound that we'll capture here is no different than it will leave the studio.
I mean, the previous Two Notes product attests this. I mean, all the Two Notes audio products out there are extremely successful. I mean, the guys themselves have been using Two Notes product for a reason.
Yeah.
And we're talking about Ministry, so it's an iconic band.
Yeah.
So that is a testament on how good the products are, and the captures as well. And we have some crazy expensive microphones here today.
Yeah, and a crazy expensive console.
Oh, absolutely. This is a extremely rare API brand Averill, and we are a Stack Street studio. The gear here, the console, the room, the monitoring system, everything is amazing. The room where our cabinets are placed is one of the best sounding rooms in LA.
It's exceptional for guitar and bass.
It is absolutely, and I want to say even drums.
Yeah.
Many drums have been recorded here.
Something that's important, and some people understand this and other people don't care or don't understand it. The console used, the preamps in the console, the room, the microphones, the cabinets, the speakers, those are all part of the capture process, and it matters.
Oh, I've been talking and fighting this concept on my channel for so long, when people say, "Oh, nobody can tell the difference," or maybe you can tell the difference.
Exactly.
But I promise you, like,
Exactly.
and also we're talking about music. When we talk about music, it's not a matter of math. You know, this count 10% is a matter of a product comes together and moves you when you listen to it. Of course, the end user doesn't know what gear do you use or what mic we used to capture these amps. In the same way, you probably don't know all the ingredients that go in your dish when you go to a restaurant, but you know if you like it or not, you know. And you probably can tell a McDonald's from a restaurant. But yeah, definitely. And there's anything else that you want to mention for this?
No, we're excited. I think everybody, the band's excited. You're excited. I'm excited.
Absolutely.
The company's excited. So
Absolutely.
I think these are going to be exceptional.
This is going to be the best pack ever.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Justin, so
Great.
much.
So how's it going, man?
It's going good. We started with a bass amp, which was, it take a little more time to set up everything. A great studio, great room. And I think the point of this type of product is exactly that, is give people the possibility to have things that most people can't afford. I mean, we have like probably $40,000 in mics, if not more, cabinets that cannot be bought. Iconic historic cabinets that we have here, tracked in an amazing room with probably at this point close to one-of-a-kind console, our API that we have here. They can have all this in a little box.
Just to make sure everything is working.
All right, we are officially